Hey guys, it's Hillary here from The Healthenthusiast from HillaryGlouse.com. So happy to be here tonight on a Sunday afternoon talking to you guys. So I'm going to give people a few moments to jump on live, and in the meantime, I'm going to stream this on Instagram as well. So let's see how that goes. Okay. Hey, Instagram. So I'm currently live in my Facebook business page, The Healthenthusiast, and I'm waiting for people to jump on live, but I thought that I would broadcast from both Facebook and Instagram at the same time so you guys can get the info simultaneously. So for those of you who are going to be joining on Instagram, we are talking about sabotage, right? We are talking about what to do when you have folks in your life, family members, coworkers, friends, spouses, who you feel either unintentionally or not are blocking you from achieving your fat loss, weight loss, healthy lifestyle goals. All right, so that's what we're talking about today. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Hillary Glouse, and I am a practical fitness, nutrition, and lifestyle coach who helps women cut through the fitness fluff to finally get the results that they've been looking for. So as you come on, let me know you're here. Again, I'm on Instagram and on Facebook at the same time. Not used to this dual screen kind of thing. Hey, Justine. So yeah, I am going to see how long my phone battery lasts to see if we can get through this broadcast on Instagram at the same time, because I don't know where my charger is, but you know what? That's okay. We just fly by the seat of our pants with these things. All right. So yeah, that's me. I help women to cut through the fitness fluff so they can finally get the results that they want. So this topic is of sabotage is inspired by, or was inspired by, an email that I actually just sent out to my list about this very topic, and I'm going to be pretty much talking about what I discussed in that email in this live. But if you want to be on my list, I send out my best stuff to my list on a, I would say weekly basis, but usually it's more often than that. I send out free workouts, I send out workout tips, I send out information about how to kind of work on resolving some issues with food. Like if you feel like you're obsessed over food, you struggle to control your intake, you struggle with, not knowing what to eat when you go out to restaurants, you struggle with coming home late at night and just binge eating, whatever it is, I talk about it because hey, Joanna's on. Hey, Joanna. So I've been through it. I've been through, run the gamut. I've gained and lost the same 10 and 15 pounds many more times than I'd like to admit. So I can totally relate. And my insiders get my best stuff. So definitely sign up, and I will make sure the link is in the description of this video. But anyway, so this topic was inspired by an email I got from a new client who I had asked, what are some of the biggest struggles that you're facing in your current efforts to improve your healthy lifestyle, to get healthier overall. And she said that she is, feels like she's on the right track. She's doing everything that she knows is going to work for her, through a lot of trial and error, years and years of trial and error. But she feels as though she's surrounded by saboteurs, people who either intentionally or not are making it more difficult for her to succeed, for her to achieve her goals and get where she wants to be. And it makes it really difficult for her to make the right choice, to, not give in and, go for the pizza where she knows that going for the salad or, with the grilled chicken or whatever is more aligned with her goals. Now, I'm not saying that she can't ever have the pizza, of course, or that she can't have both, but I'm just saying that, when she finds herself in these situations, it's easier for her to say, you know what, I don't want to fight this. I don't want to argue with this. I'm just going to give in, right? And she kind of, in a way, allows these saboteurs to allow her to self-sabotage. And so this is very real, right? This is a struggle that I think a lot of us have. And I wanted to kind of shed some light on it today. And this client story is nothing new. I've had this conversation with so many other clients before, or just, women in general that I've spoken to, who, find out that I'm a personal trainer, find out that I'm a fitness and nutrition coach. And it's very real. And I can definitely relate to it, when it comes to my own journey and, not being willing to, for whatever reason, stick up for myself and, in these situations and allowing kind of what was going on around me to sort of dictate my choices and ending up in a situation where I felt resentful, where I felt like I didn't have control over food, over exercise, over my excuses, and it was really disempowering. So I kind of want to talk about, I guess, the overall theme today of this, haters. I guess the overall theme here is really how to empower you, right? How to empower you as a person who wants to take control of her health, how to do that without feeling like you need to separate yourself from the people in your life, okay? So that's what we're talking about today. So as we've already established, one of the biggest obstacles to creating a healthy lifestyle or living a healthy lifestyle, achieving your goals, is often the people around us. Whether this is actually true or in our head, we will talk about as we go along here, but it's the people around us. At least that's how it seems at the outset. The saboteurs, the people who are trying to sabotage our success, the people who are just not on board with us, right? So what do you do if you lack that critical support? If you don't feel like you have that support from the people around you, be it your family, your spouse, your friends, your coworkers, whoever, what do you do when you lack that critical support? How do you overcome these saboteurs? How do you get them in your corner, right? How do you get them in your on your side? How do you help them help you pave a path for success? So my first and most important piece of advice to you is it may sound a little bit critical or harsh, but I'm going to say it anyway because this is what I truly believe, and I believe this because I neglected to do this for so long. What you need to do is you need to make a critical decision. You need to ask yourself, am I all in? Do I really want this or not? You need to ask yourself that, and you need to really answer honestly, because if you don't ask yourself that question, or if you ask yourself that question and it's not a super excited, emphatic, hell yes, I'm going to do this, I'm going to achieve this goal that I have. I don't know how long it's going to take me. I don't know. I don't care how many ups and downs and ebbs and flows I encounter, but I'm going to do this. If it's not that emphatic, if it's not like I just said that right now, and I just got super excited. I don't even know what I'm talking about, right? I don't even have a particular goal in mind. Actually, I do, but so I just got so jazzed up. That's how you want to feel when you're thinking about your goal. Okay, let me just check in a second on Instagram. Some people don't have the will to make those better choices for themselves and don't let you do it either. No bueno. Yeah, totally can relate to that, Joanna. You hit the nail on the head. Anyone on Instagram, Facebook have any comments about that? Okay, so basically you need to make this critical decision. You need to ask yourself, is it a hell yes? And if it's not a hell yes, then really it's a no. Period. I know this from experience because there are so many times where I said that I wanted something with regards to my health, my fitness, whatever it was. And I didn't ask myself this question. I just sort of kind of was like, I'll do this and I'll do that and it'll be fine. And sooner than later, those excuses crept up. and I abandoned that program, that workout program, and I abandoned those, healthy habits, and it was back to square one. So if it is not an emphatic yes, then you need to go back to the drawing board. Maybe you need to reconnect to why it is that you want to achieve this particular goal. Maybe it's not a priority for you. And if it's not a priority for you, that's fine. It doesn't have to be a priority for you. But if it is something that you really want, you need to make that critical decision. That you need to draw a line in the sand. Old you, new you. New you says emphatic yes to your goals and says, I'm going to figure out a way to navigate around the sabotage, what's the word I used the other day that rhymed? Anyway, the point is that you figure out that you want this. You figure out that you're going to do it. You're not like, bullheaded and, nothing can stop me and it's full speed ahead, because that doesn't work either. We need to be realistic, right? This is life. Things happen. But we can still say emphatically that we are committing to ourselves, we're committing to our goals, and we're not going to let the saboteurs or ourselves and our negative self-belief get in the way. All right? So that is, again, coming from my own track record, because I have so many times not taken that critical step, not made that critical decision and drawn that line in the sand. So if you don't do that, it's not a priority, and you need to wait until it is a priority and you can really feel that excitement that I just felt when I said, hell yes, thinking about my goal. But once you decide this with conviction, once you have that conviction, you have that emphatic yes, you have that, and you can take that empowered stance and say, yes, this is it, then you send a message to your higher self that you are ready to level the F up and nothing's going to stop you. So taking that power pose, bringing your shoulders back, puffing up your chest, saying this is what I want and this is what I'm going to have, that is powerful. And the thing about that is that it sends a message to the other people in your life, these other people who may not want you to stick with it. And we're going to talk about why they might not want you to stick with it in a minute. People who aren't showing you the support that you would expect them to show you. And we're going to talk about why they might not be doing that a little bit later. So it demonstrates to them, hey, she means business. All right. And that gets them in your corner. That gets them on your side. All right, what does Joanna say here? Stick to your goal and not listen to negative opinions. If you want it, stick to it. Amen. Yes, so true. Got to do it. Got to stick to it. And again, it doesn't matter how many valleys and hills there are, because those are going to be a reality, regardless of what your goal is, whether it's to build a business, whether it's to build a body, whether it's to improve your relationship with food. There are going to be ebbs and flows. There are going to be valleys and hills. But when you say that emphatic yes, you're committing over the long term. You're accepting that reality is going to step in, but you're empowering yourself. You're saying, I have what it takes to circumnavigate around those pitfalls, right? And these self-sabotaging and externally sabotaging behaviors. Okay, so yeah, we take a stand. We draw that line. We say, hell yeah, I want this. Hell yeah, I'm going to do it. And this is what I'm going to do. We have a plan. We're like, okay, everyone should be on board now because, we're so empowered and we believe in us. But what if they're not? They have to listen to us, right? They have to be on board at that point, right? No, they don't. They don't. So this is the thing. People, when we make a choice, when we draw that line in the sand, when we get excited about something and we show some real initiative and effort towards changing our lifestyle, sometimes people don't fall in line, but it's coming from a place of love. It's coming from a place of, maybe she's not 100% sure. Maybe this is just like all the other times that she's quit her diet. maybe this person who loves you and isn't showing you the support that you think they should be showing you is actually doing it out of love. They're withholding because they know that you've been down this road before. They know that you've started diets before and you've quit before, and it's been painful and it's been disappointing and it's been frustrating, and they don't want to support that. They want to hold back because, again, out of love, because they're not sure that you are 100%. You might be 100% in your head, but they might not believe it yet. So you got to give them time. Got to give them time, okay? And they are also thinking, let's not forget that the people in our lives, when we decide that we want to change and we want to level up, we want to elevate ourselves, they're thinking about how this is going to affect them, right? They're thinking, what does this mean for our relationship, right? What does this mean for, what does this mean for me? What does this mean for my life? How is my life going to change if this person that I love is elevating themselves, is eating differently, is eating better, is exercising more, has less time for me? What does this mean? So people are thinking about how it affects them, how your choices affect them, and that can cause them to withhold support. What did you want to say? You have to be passionate about it and feel empowered. I agree. Yeah, 100%, right on there. And then the final thing is, when we draw that line in the sand and there's no stopping us, and we just come with this conviction that this is what we want, people might take that as, oh, she's pointing the finger at me. She's saying, by taking her health into consideration and prioritizing her health, she's pointing a finger at me, but the fingers are pointing at me. I'm pointing a finger at myself. I'm the person who's withholding support because I see when someone in my life who I care about takes their health up a notch, I see the fingers pointing at me, right? And I'm thinking, oh, what do I have to do now? How am I neglecting my health? How am I not leveling up? Where am I falling short? So I think you guys can see how it's really not about you, the person who's making the choice, right? The person who has the goal, the person who is leveling up, the person who's drawing a line in the sand. It's not about you. It's about the other person. And in my experience, when I felt really resentful and frustrated about the fact that I didn't get support from the people who I expected to get all the support in the world from, when I realized that it wasn't about me, that these insecurities and frustrations and pushback, it wasn't about me. I was able to curb that resentment. I was able to be more compassionate towards these individuals who I loved and cared about, and who I know loved and cared about me, but for whatever reason were not able, or for the reasons that I mentioned, were perhaps not able to show it at that time. So I acknowledged that. I acknowledged it, and I think that when we acknowledge that, I mean, it doesn't have to be so obvious, right? We don't have to be like, oh, well, I'm not going anywhere, and just because I'm getting healthy doesn't mean you have to too. We don't have to be so obvious about it. We can just acknowledge them and allow them to talk, share what's on their mind, be open. Hey, Lauren. Oh, thanks. Thank you. She says I look gorgeous. Well, gorge, because we love shortening words. One of my favorite short words is obs. I don't know why I don't use it enough. Instead of obviously, say obs. Anyway, totally off topic. But so yes, less resentment. I was able to be less resentful, have more compassion for these people in my life, because I acknowledged that it wasn't about me. It wasn't about the choices I was making about my life. It was about them and their insecurities. And when we think about other people in our lives as being kind of vulnerable and a little bit insecure, it sounds kind of bad, but when we can think of them that way, we can kind of, and I don't want to say we pity them or feel sorry for them, but we can have compassion for them, because we, people who have struggled with our weight, have struggled with our health, can relate to those feelings, right? But what we really have to do is we need to say, ultimately, that when we speak to these people in our lives, right, I'm not neglecting myself any longer. It's not that I'm neglecting you. And I think that that's what we need to convey, right? It's not about me leveling up, getting better than you, and leaving you. It's not about me doing all of this because I'm trying to force you to do something else. Although I think some people do that. But I think what it really comes down to is we're making an effort. We're putting in the work for ourselves only. We've decided that we're no longer neglecting ourselves. We're no longer putting ourselves last on the list. We're no longer the final priority. We are the number one priority. And that, again, is intimidating to some people. But what we need to assure people in our lives who we want to get support from, who we want to be part of our success dream team, is I'm not neglecting myself any longer, right? I'm not neglecting myself any longer, and it's not about me neglecting you. I have no intentions of neglecting you. It's not about you. And again, it doesn't have to be those exact words, but that is the sentiment that we're trying to convey. All right, so after all of that, of course everyone's going to fall in line, right? Of course everyone's going to be on, battery dying. Okay, of course everyone's going to be on our team then, right? Right? No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. What if this is still not working? What if showing compassion and less resentment and acknowledging, where we might be hurting someone else's feelings just by taking making an effort, right, to level up ourselves? What if it's still not working? Well, even if it does work or not, right, we need to realize that to a certain extent, what other people are doing, what other people are feeling is not our responsibility. So they're either on board or they're not. And if they're not on board, then maybe they will get on board eventually, but maybe they won't. And we need to be okay with that because we, again, are not neglecting ourselves. We have decided firmly, emphatically, that we are putting ourselves first. We are making ourselves the top priority. So even if it doesn't work, we still need to create a dream team for success, is what I call it. So we need our own dream team, and we need to work on building that, especially if our family, friends, coworkers, whomever else in our life is not on board. So what we need, this dream team is going to help us do a lot of different things. And the first thing is it's going to help us to really squash that inner critic, which can be extremely, extremely strong and extremely hard thing to sort of push down when it starts bubbling up. Because, what was I going to say? Squash inner critic. Totally lost my train of thought there. Right. So it can be extremely hard to squash that inner critic, especially when we realize that we don't have the support of the people that we would expect to have that support from, right? But our dream team is going to help us to not only squash that inner critic, but help us to overcome those naysayers, those people in our lives who aren't on board and who might never be, and who, again, might intentionally or unintentionally be trying to sabotage us, all right? This dream team is going to help hold us accountable to our goals. They're going to help us stay focused and rein us in when we get distracted, right? When we get distracted by those shiny objects, when we get distracted by, whatever it is that is veering us off course. Our dream team is going to know what our goals are. It's going to know that we made that critical decision that we're all in, and that we're not going to allow some simple distraction, some easy excuse derail us from our goals. So our dream team is going to remind us of that goal, and keep us on track, rein us in when we get kind of in our heads, or we just go, who knows where, and we're out there in the abyss. They're going to pull us back in. They're going to throw us a life preserver. All right. And they're going to support you. They're going to support me in our desire to live better, to be better, to be our best selves, to live our most fulfilled life, to get as healthy as we want to get, to wake up in the morning just loving life and being so happy to just be alive, right? They're going to support that desire because, like we've mentioned earlier, the reasons why some people in our lives who we would expect to do that for us simply can't. So where do we find this dream team? How do we form this team? Hey Hansary, how do we create our dream team for success? Well, sometimes, again, if those people are not in our lives, they're not people we hang out IRL in real life, hang out with in real life, these people, we need to seek them in unconventional places. And for many of us, unconventional places are the internet, right? This probably sounds totally crazy to some of you, but it's so true. I mean, I didn't discover what it meant to, what sisterhood meant, what it meant to really level up, what it meant to elevate myself, what it meant to really truly step into the person that I wanted to be, that I'm still becoming, until I found a group of like-minded women online, people that I met online, through blogs, through Facebook, through social media, whatever. It wasn't until I found that core group that I realized these things about myself, that I wasn't happy with the status quo, that just existing was not good enough, and that I had goals that I wanted to achieve, and that I was ready to draw that line in the sand. And I was ready to leave Hillary 1.0 aside and embrace Hillary 2.0. See that funny computer, internet, geek tech reference right there? Yeah. Didn't think I had that in me, did you? Anyway, so you seek out this support system, this dream team. You build it out in an unconventional place if you cannot find it in real life. So all that to say is tomorrow, Monday, February 12th, I am opening up the cart for enrollment in my online group coaching club, the Bonafide Fit Babes. So the Bonafide Fit Babes is a women's only community, online community for women who are ready to elevate themselves, elevate their fitness, elevate their nutrition, and elevate their lifestyle. Just live elevated, live leveled up. That's really what it's all about, because it's not just about fitness. It's not just about nutrition. It's not just about how you're working out. It's not just about how you're eating. It's about how you live, and it's about how you make decisions, and it's about how you stand in your truth. And these are things that we cover in this this group. We have monthly themes. I share workouts with the group. We do, I coach them Monday through Friday. They bring their struggles, their frustrations, and they also share their triumphs and successes, because that's what it's all about, right? It's about these hills and valleys, this ebbing and flowing. But ultimately, this is how you create a dream team for success. You find an online community. You find women, like-minded women who are on a similar health and fitness and wellness journey as you are. You find those women and you hold on, and you allow them to help you squash that inner critic, right, and overcome these naysayers in your life. You allow them to hold you accountable to your goals. You allow them to keep you focused and not distracted on all the stuff that's going on out there, as opposed to what you need to do today, this hour, this minute, to propel your goals forward. And you allow them to support you in your desire to live better, live healthier, live stronger, whatever it is, right? So again, the cart opens tomorrow, 8 a.m. Super excited for that. So if you're ready to elevate your fitness, nutrition, and life, if you truly value your health and care enough about yourself to make yourself the top priority, the number one priority in your life, then this group is for you. The Bonafide Fit Babes is waiting for you. We are so excited for you to join us. Again, if you guys are on and you're interested, I would love to send you the link to get a special discount tonight through tomorrow at 8 a.m. So if you're interested at all, I'm offering a very special discount. This is the same discount that you would get as a member of my inner circle, right? My insiders who are on my email list. this is a very exclusive offer. So make sure you leave a comment in the comment section of the Facebook Live, or in the comment section of you can just shoot me a message in the comment section of the Instagram live feed, and you can let me know if you want me to shoot that, hit you up in your DMs with that link, with that special coupon code. It's not really a coupon code, but coupon code sounds so good. I haven't elevated my business to the point yet where I'm using coupon codes. But I will definitely send you the link so you can take advantage of that. Hey, Bethany, what's up? How you doing? All right, guys, so that's a wrap. If you didn't get a chance to watch this live, feel free. Actually, don't feel free. Go and watch the replay. Do not miss it. So much good stuff. Thanks so much, Joanna. I don't know if you're still on, but thanks for joining me. Bethany, hi. Sorry you kind of joined us last minute. Lifestyle goals. Put it in your 2018. Put it on your 2018 vision board. Elevate to be your best self. Yes, I love that. I'm going to steal all those quotes. All your quotes are so good, Joanna. All right, guys. So thanks so much for joining me. I hope you got something out of this. I hope now you know how to avoid letting those saboteurs in your life bring you down. Great. So thanks again. Thanks to Facebook. Thanks Instagram for joining me, and I will talk to you guys later. Again, if you want that special code, let me know. Leave me a message in the chat box, and I will send you that code to get a discount on the Bonafide Fit Babes online group coaching membership. It's only good till 8 a.m. tomorrow when I launch it to the public, and the public are getting a higher price point. So you don't want to miss this. All right, guys. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Good night.